Hey, what's up, you guys? So today I went to Target and I found this Spider-Man 2099. Hell yeah. And originally I went to a toy store in a mall, but they were selling this guy for 40 bucks, which is a hard ass pass. I went to Target afterwards and I found him. Oddly enough, I didn't find him in the shelves. I found him underneath the little shelf thing at Target, where people like hide their toys or their gold, I guess you want to say. Found this dude as well. Let's talk about the card back or the box, whatever you want to call this. I love how colorful it is. It really stands out. It looks phenomenal. I love the art on this. As the other characters in the back. Here we got Miles Morales, Spider-Man, etc., etc. I just love it. And I'm glad Hasbro added window packaging now instead of the shitty box art cover they do. So for his accessories, he only comes with one pair of hands. Kind of mad about that because this guy's worth $25. Hasbro could at least throw in another head or like a spider web or something. All right, so here he is out of the package, guys, and I love how he looks. The leaks for a couple months ago for this guy did not do him justice. Like, the leaks just looked horrible for him, but if you have him in person, he looks phenomenal. I love the bright red they gave him and the blue. The colors for this one is such beautiful. I love how the blades, I think they're called blades, are molded. An incredible looking figure. I just love how they didn't put his cape as an accessory. It's just on him, which is a pretty good thing. And overall, this guy is such a better version of the previous Marvel Legends 2099 Spider-Man. That one is such a boring ass figure. There's a little sculpt right there on the shoulders. His hands are sculpted, which is a good thing. And then his face kind of feels printed on, but it's not. It's kind of sculpted as well. And he also has back printing, which I was surprised about because the previous incarnation of this guy for Marvel Legends didn't have any back printing at all. And I just love how that translucent cape is like red at the top and like translucent clear at the bottom. Pretty cool. This guy stands out in any collection because he's so bright and colorful, but not bright and colorful in a goofy way. Difficult to stand or even pose at all, especially just standing. Oh my god, it takes so much work just making him stand. The reason why it's so hard for him to even like stand in his 2 feet, his upper torso is so bulky and huge compared to his bottom half. The bottom half looks like twigs compared to the upper body. And that's my only complaint so far. And if you're like a new collector like me or starting to get into collecting, it's gonna be extremely hard to pose him like this. It took me like 5 minutes just to get him in this place, but I'm gonna just say it, this figure is the best figure out of the whole wave. Just look how perfect it is. It has sculpting. It actually has like molding into it, like the razor blade right here. The colors are incredible and it just looks badass overall. I just do not like that little thing right there on his head. It looks pretty ugly, but you know, it's kind of loose because of that also. But maybe it's just my figure that's loose like that. And to my brothers and sisters who keep their figures in the boxes, I understand that, but please, for the love of God, take this figure out of the package because it's so worth it. It looks good outside the packaging. It looks great both ways, but like outside of the package is such a phenomenal figure. Wow. Look at that. The durability for this figure is kind of weak. If you accidentally like move this or like tug it a little bit way too hard, it's bound to like come off, and including the cape as well. If you tug it like extremely hard for some reason, the cape will go off and you have to like glue it back together. The head right here is kind of loose, and overall that's pretty much it. But you guys don't have to worry about that if you don't play with your figures, or if you keep your figures in the package, or if you just display your figures. I keep praising this figure so much, but look at the detail on this. Wow, the sculpting is phenomenal. The difference between the two is literally day and night. Day and night. Let's talk about looks wise. The newer one is obviously superior to the older version. The older version is just not as good. Kind of shitty, to be honest. The spider logo for their bodies is completely different. This one's more an actual spider, and this one is like a skull mixed with a spider. And if you're thinking about buying this guy instead, or he's been on your wish list for a while, disregard him like this. and buy this guy. And I can say way more, but for right now, I'm going to stop because I'm going to make a video comparing the two. So I'll have more things to say in that video. So watch out for that down the line. All right, guys, overall, in my analysis of the figure, it's a 10 out of 10. This guy is very sculpted, very colorful, very tall. I'm surprised that he's taller than most of my Marvel Legends. If you see this guy in stores, I recommend you buy him immediately because he is going to get scalped to oblivion because how good he looks and how cool and a badass figure he is. So yeah, see ya. Boop.